Women of Reddit, what is one thing you'll never understand about men? My boyfriend and I were watching a movie when a scene came on where a guy was getting kicked in the balls. I laughed and said, "Why do guys always act like it hurts so much? It can't be that bad." He paused the movie and asked, "Do you really not know how painful it is?" I shrugged and said, "I mean, it can't be worse than period cramps." He looked at me seriously and said, "Okay, let's make a deal. I'll let you kick me as hard as you can, and if I don't cry, you have to admit that getting hit in the balls is worse than period cramps." I thought he was joking, but he was dead serious. I agreed, thinking it would be funny. He stood up and I kicked him lightly. He shook his head and said, "No, you have to do it as hard as you can." I hesitated, but he insisted, so I kicked him hard. He immediately fell to the ground, clutching his balls and groaning in pain. I panicked and tried to help him, but he pushed me away. After a few minutes, he got up, tears in his eyes, and said, "Okay, now it's your turn." I was confused and asked, "What do you mean?" He said, "You have to let me punch you in the stomach as hard as I can, and if you don't cry, I'll admit that period cramps are worse." I was shocked and said, "No way, that's not fair." He looked at me and said, "Exactly."